Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I want to continue a series that I started probably something like 2 years ago about creating the exact same landing page with many different page builders to compare them, the ease of use, the performance, and at the same time how easy it will be for a client to take it and work with it when you land it out to a client. So I started 2 years ago. Of course, since that time, a lot of builders have improved. So if you ask me to, maybe I will do an update for 2022. But right now, I wanted to take the latest two new kids on the block to a spin. So in this video, we'll start with Bricks that has been out since last March. And it's version 1.5.3 that has been released today. September 19th, 2022. So we're going to take this one for a spin to build a page. And the next video will be on breakdance. So again, this is part of a series, so you can watch the playlist if you want to be able to watch all the videos one after the other. And just like the others, I will expand or speed up the time of development. So I don't want you to watch the entire development of the page and be a video that is too long. So if you want to see how it's built, you can always slow the video down, click on the little cog icon and run it to, let's say, the speed, probably able to run it 5 times the speed. So by running 0.25, you will have it on real time. But if not, just wait for the conclusion at the end to see how easy it is to transform it into a mobile page, and after that, the scores that we have with it. So to be able to time it, I'm going to use an online timer. So ready? Let's start it. All right, so it took more or less 27 minutes. If you watch the video more slowly, you saw that I had to do and redo things because I put them in the wrong place. I've been disturbed by the phone a couple of times, so I was a little bit distracted. So my fault. So maybe you can remove a minute or two from that. So it's about average, the same as the others. Now let's take a look at the score that we have. So far, this is the best score that we have. The other were about 90% for the structure. Of course, like I said at the beginning of the video, these were 1 to 2 years old. So of course, they are probably improved since then, especially Elementor has improved lately. So, but still, that's the best score that we have so far. Um, We will do the modification like I did in the other video to transform it to a mobile ready landing page. But I just wanted to say that for now, Bricks is still, if you click on Get Bricks, it's still on rebate and it's still available for a lifetime deal as of today. So it's $79 instead of 99 for one website. So if you have just a client that wants to pay for it, and it's $199 instead of $249 for unlimited website lifetime deal. Now, we know that at some point the lifetime deal will go away and it will be a yearly yearly subscription. So my guess this they say when they feel it's ready. Of course, it's 153 now. I feel it's ready, but they still improve it a lot, adding a lot of things. So they still have the 100% risk-free, by the way, valid until I think it's 30 days after they decide to remove the lifetime deal. So it was released in March, so it's still valid. If you buy it and you want to refund it, it's still available. And if, of course, they will warn you when to get rid of that so that you have the time to refund if you ever want to. So, but of course, that's the best deal that you can get compared to many other website builders or page builders. All right, so let's go quickly here and see how to change that for mobile devices. The new 1.5.1, I think, add breakpoints. This is where they added breakpoints. So I didn't, in my case, add any breakpoint. I think it's not even activated. But anyway, let's go with the default one that we have here. So for now, for this one, I think I'm going to keep it like that. Uh, of course, it does take into account tablet devices up to 768. So we'll see. So below 768 looks like that. So that's pretty good, except that we don't have enough space here. Same thing here, we could say, for the spacing on each side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go directly here, and I didn't do that in the first part because not all of them have that. But I'm going to come here in my container, and you see we have 10 pixels of margin on each side by default. I'm going to also add a 15 pixel of padding. And by the way, you have seen that with the new way since 1.5 or 151, we have now more visual thing. We don't have to intermeasure when it's pixel. I can type it. I prefer to type it whenever I can, but you saw sometimes that I don't just to go faster. It seems to be the default value and it does the exact same thing as if you don't put anything. All right, so that's for this one, and I'm going to keep it like that. 3 columns here, it's pretty good. This is pretty good as well. So with the default container here with 15 pixel, it's going to go with all the sizes. So let's take a look at this size now, which is a big tablet or landscape mobile. So this one is still okay. I think I'm going to leave it like that. This one goes onto 1 column instead of 3. 3 will probably be too narrow. 2 will probably be, of course, we will have one on its own column, so that makes no sense. The only thing that maybe we could do is to have a little bit of spacing. So if I come here to my block that holds the three, we have a row gap, a column gap, sorry, but we don't have a row gap, so they're too close. So we can specify a 40 pixel there as well, spacing for row, and it will take it for them. We could do that on the desktop, of course, but since we have just one row, doesn't make much sense. All right. So I can see that we still have that 40 here. So maybe I could remove that, the column gap, sorry. And I don't know if they still have it, each of them. So probably I would need to extend that to be 100% width, let's say. Or maybe I'm going to leave it like that, but just center that. What do you think? Here we go. Here we go. All right, let's keep it like that. And of course, it's going to be like that on mobile as well. So nothing to change here for that resolution. Same thing here. Of course, now it goes in two columns, so it makes no sense with the border here and everything. This one is great a lot. So we will need to change it. So now let's see how we want to do that. Of course, like I said, we have a border. We want to get rid of the border. We need to decide whether we want to that to be side by side and have less width, or keep it on top like that. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. But of course, I'm gonna get rid of the borders. So let's go with that one here, the internal one. I could rename it, but anyway. I'm gonna go in my styles. I'm gonna remove the border. So let's say I'm gonna say border width 0 everywhere. So it's gonna get rid of it. And I think that's the only thing that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the image on the center, and I think I'm gonna leave it like that. What do you think? So my block here, if I set it to be aligned like that, that's great. So what I can do now is simply copy that, and to each of my blocks, I'm gonna paste the style. So I'm gonna say, oops, okay, if I paste style here, no, sorry, my mistake. So let's copy style, yeah, and then paste style. And again for that one, paste style. And I'm gonna do the same thing for that block here for the borders. So copy styles, paste styles, and paste styles. Here we go. So no more border. We could center line that if we wanted to as well, but that's okay. And it's gonna be like that for smaller mobiles as well. So yeah, there. Okay, we can take care of that after. Well, let's do it since we're there. So on Landscape Mobile, let's call it like that, we have two things, one on top of the other, but by default, it goes on two rows instead. So that's not what I want. So let's go back there and put it to be vertical align. So is it already vertical line? It's not supposed to be. Do I have the right block? Okay. We say row. Isn't that already row? Hmm, that's strange. Anyway, seems to be working like that. I will need to put more space below it though. So maybe add some spacing below. Let's say, I don't know, 50 pixels. Okay. And again, let's copy my style and paste it on those two blocks as well. Did I paste it on the right place? Here we go. Okay, there we go. Could add more spacing here as well below my image. That could be a good idea. Maybe 20, yeah. So copy style, paste style, and paste style. All right, now let's go back there for the last one. Again, 3 columns here. It's too much. So what I can simply do, meet the owner. Let's go with the next section. This one here is right now column and or we'll say row, but it looks like columns anyway. So we could toggle it like that. Oh no, okay, this one we have a block inside of it. Sorry. So if I put columns like that, okay. Now let's center everything. Maybe there we go. Now my rich text, which is set to 40%, let's put that 100%. Let's remove the border that we have on the right side. So border right 0. And that block here, which is set to 30% or 31, let's put that to 100%. Okay, since we have a little bit of a margin here, so this one here, let's put that back to 0. And probably let's get rid of that padding on the left side as well. So what I'm going to do with that quote, let's say we have relative. I think I'm going to keep it like that. I guess so. I will have to position it, and I don't want to spend much time doing that. Let me just pause the video and do that very quickly. All right, so this one is not too bad. I've left it to relative, but put -10 instead of -20, and played with the rich text here to be 95% instead. Something like that. Should be pretty similar here, so maybe a little bit less than that, but something like that. Not too bad. All right, and my footer is all right and every different screen size. So still pretty easy to make that website responsive. And by the way, one of the great things about Bricks with the version 1.5 from memory or 151, they released the ability to choose which point will be the default one, which screen size, let's say it like that, will be the default size. So you can do really what we call mobile first. So you start with mobiles and then you add to it instead of doing it the other way, which is better to do it mobile first. So of course, you should do that when you start the page or when you start the first page of the site, not in the middle like I'm right now. So that would be pretty strange to do it right away. But anyway, this is something that you can do now with bricks. So that would be pretty good. If I get out of that, I would need to activate my settings. Sorry, I didn't test it so far, but we can use custom breakpoint points here. So could regenerate the CSS file, but I haven't created any yet. So that should be fine. So if I go back there and edit that with bricks, I would be able to create custom post type, custom breakpoints, sorry, like you see here. So we can add other breakpoints. The only thing is that if we want to go mobile first, then we need to set that one as being the default one. And of course, starting from there, base breakpoint, my layout will probably break in this particular example. Yeah, because of course, I built it the other way around. So that's without any surprise that it breaks, but there we go. But I could have done it that way instead, which is the best way. So anyway, I hope you found this video useful. Don't forget to watch the other videos of that series. And if you like that video, put a little thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified when the other videos release or any other video for that matter on WordPress, how to use it, how to use page builders, custom post types, and so on. So thank you and have a good day.